In this video, we'll demonstrate ClearPass Virtual Appliance deployment into a VMware environment and an initial server setup. We've already obtained and registered our ClearPass licenses in Aruba Support Portal, ASP, and I've downloaded the ClearPass OVF template. Please refer to our previous two videos to learn about ClearPass licensing and how to prepare for installation. Log on to your ESX environment. Select the option to deploy OVF template. Browse to and select the OVF file that you downloaded from ASP. You may have to unzip the file first. Here you can see the template summary. It requires 30 GB of disk space for the primary partition. Click on Next. Accept the terms and conditions and click on Next. Give it a name. It is highly recommended that you use thick provisioning to avoid any potential data corruption in case you run out of disk space in future. Let's provision two NICs into our lab network. The first NIC is for management and the second NIC is the data interface. Do not power on after deployment, as we still need to make some changes to this VM before it's ready. Click on Finish. While the template is being deployed, let's check the installation guide. You can see the installation steps. Download the OVF template. Deploy but do not power on. You need to add a new hard disk based on your virtual appliance requirements before powering on. If we expand our requirements section, we can see that the virtual appliance comes in 4 sizes, lab and 3 production setups, C1000, C2000 and C3000, supporting 1000, 10,000 and 50,000 concurrent users respectively. Each virtual appliance has different system requirements and will give you a different level of performance. Please refer to our ClearPass licensing video for a guide on how to size your server. Your virtual appliance license entitles you to choose any of the aforementioned options. It is impossible to resize your virtual appliance once it's been deployed and encrypted, so it may be a good idea to overestimate your requirements a little bit, assuming your virtual infrastructure can support it. We'll be deploying a lab appliance, so we'll need 2 virtual CPUs, 6 GB of RAM, and a 160 GB hard disk. Let's go back to vSphere and edit our VM. 8 GB of RAM and 8 virtual CPUs exceeds the minimum requirements, so I'm happy to leave it as it is. We need to add a new hard disk. Again, we'll thick provision. Set the size to 160 GB and finish. Now it's time to power on the virtual machine. Switch to the server console view. Select option 1 to deploy the lab virtual appliance. Press Y to wipe the new disk that we've configured, and press Y again to encrypt all local data, which is the recommended setting, especially in production environments. It'll take a few minutes to finish and reboot. Log in using username appadmin and password etips123, with tips being in capital letters. We need to complete the initial setup visit. Specify the server hostname, IP address. I'm not using IPv6 nor setting up the data interface, so I'll simply enter through those options. I'll set up my DNS servers, won't enable Slack mode, and will be prompted to reset our password. Please make a note of this password. The same password will be used to log on to the web interface later on. Let's configure the time settings. I won't enable FIPS mode. Review the configuration summary and press Y to continue, or N to start over in case you made any mistakes. After pressing Y, the server will continue the setup process, and it may take a few minutes before it's completed. Once done, type in the ClearPass IP address followed by /tips in your browser to access the web interface. TIPS stands for Trust and Identity Policy Server, and that's how ClearPass likes to refer to itself. Whenever you see TIPS mentioned in future, think of it as ClearPass. Accept the certificate error and proceed to log in. You'll be prompted to enter your platform activation key. I'll switch back to my ASP portal and copy-paste the key and accept the terms and conditions. Do not activate your license yet. We'll activate once application licenses have been added. Let's log in. Note that the web interface user is admin, whereas the CLI username is appadmin. The password will be the same password you set during the initial configuration process. First thing we're going to do is enable software updates. Select Administration from the navigation menu, expand Agents and Software Updates and select Software Updates. You'll see a message saying you are not signed up for live updates. You can authorize against ASP by generating a token and using the ASP credentials that were used to redeem your ClearPass licenses, after which you'll see any firmware and patch updates. You can now see the available firmware and patch updates at the bottom. Next, we're going to install our application licenses. Navigate to Server Manager and select Licensing. You can see that we have our platform license but no application licensing. Click on Add License. Copy and paste the appropriate application license from ASP, agree to terms and conditions, and click on Add License. After a few seconds, you'll see your license count increase on the summary page. Repeat this process for any license packs that you wish to add, one at a time. This is also the section where you can activate your licenses. Please note, once licenses have been activated, you'll not be able to use them again, so make sure you're 100% sure of your deployment settings. For example, you're not planning on reinstalling the server from scratch before you activate. There are two more system-wide settings we should enable that are recommended for most deployments. The first one is Radius Log Interim Updates. Under the Administration section, navigate to Server Manager, then Server Configuration. Select the server and open the Service Parameters tab. Select the Radius Server service and enable Log Accounting Interim Update Packet. This feature enables us to get statistics on client sessions, such as start and stop times, as well as bandwidth consumption, which may be useful for reporting, building, and enforcing your access policies. Click on Save. And the last thing we're going to do is enable ClearPass Insights. Again, under Server Configuration, navigate to the System tab. Check Enable Insights and Enable as Insights Primary Server. ClearPass Insights is a database that stores lots of useful information and can aggregate data from multiple ClearPass servers. Only one server in your cluster should be the Insights primary server. Click on Save. And there you have it. Please click like and subscribe to stay up to date with our latest videos.